Money does not equal style. This is something I try to teach you all the time in this channel. However, just like most people, sometimes I do forget this and I end up spending too much money on clothes. But let me tell you, it's just completely unnecessary to be spending a ton of money on clothes when there are so many better ways to shop, so that way you can save money and just overall prove that money does not equal style. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 ways that I personally use to save money every single time that I shop, because throughout the entire years I have spent some questionable amount of money on certain pieces of clothes that I do regret to this day, but it did help me realize that there are so many good ways out there to start saving money when you're shopping for clothes. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into the list. The first way I love to shop on a budget is going to be clearance sections. Now, literally every single time I walk into a store, I go straight to the clearance section. I promise you, nearly every store has one. Usually they're in like a corner because they don't want you to see it. Even if you need to ask an employee where the clearance section is, I promise you, once you get there, you're going to find some good pieces for an insanely low price. Basically, what happens in the clearance sections is sometimes stores don't sell what they're supposed to sell at the end of a season, or usually towards the end of the season when they're trying to get rid of all those extra clothes. They're gonna put them in the clearance section, and that's exactly where you should go first. Now, the only downside to it is like maybe when it's summer, you're going to see some jackets in there, and then in the winter, you're going to see some graphic tees in there. So it is kind of like the opposite of what you want, but sometimes you definitely can find exactly what you're looking for if you get lucky. And if not, you could just buy a t-shirt that you're gonna wear in a few months. Either way, if you're not checking out the clearance sections, I promise you that you should. The next thing is going to be discount stores or discount department stores. I really haven't found the true name of them, but if you don't know what discount stores are, basically these are stores that sell real brand names like Nike, Adidas, even like Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, like big name brands for a discount. And truthfully, I have no idea how it works, but this is a place that I've been shopping at for such a long time now. I remember going with my mom to like Ross, and that's exactly where I used to go back to school shopping for my backpacks, my shirts, pretty much anything. And if you haven't checked these out yet, I promise you, you're missing out. Like I said, these are real authentic brands that are being sold at a discount. Now, what I've heard is pretty much what happens is even if like a store has a clearance section, like I mentioned earlier, and they still can't sell it there, then they'll sell it to a discount store for a very low price. And then obviously a discount store will sell it to you for a low price as well. Now, that's just what I've heard. That could be true, it could be false. Either way, it doesn't really matter, because you can still find Tommy Hilfiger for like 20 bucks over there. So it is a pretty good place to start checking out if you haven't already. Now, here in the US, I know the most popular ones are going to be like Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Burlington, anything like that. But according to a list that I found on Google, the UK also has similar stores such as B&M and Marks and Spencer. Now, these two are pretty much the only names that I could find. Apparently, these are like the same things as Ross and Marshalls, but from the UK. So let me know if that is true. Like I said, I really don't know if it's true. I've never been to the UK, unfortunately, but let me know if it is true, and if it's not, make sure to comment down like what's similar to that, and make sure to let everybody else know from the UK, so that way I'm not spreading any false information. Either way, I would just go on Google, search up discount department stores near me, and then I will go from there. The next thing is going to be thrift stores. Now, the main difference between thrift stores and discount stores is thrift stores are solely based off donations that people give them, and since they're literally getting these as free donations, they could sell the pieces of clothing for like $1, $3, $5. Literally, the most money that I spent at a thrift store was like $7 for a flannel, and even then it's less than $10. It's $7. These are usually like hand-me-downs, but if you just give it a wash, you're gonna be fine. I know some people think it might be weird, but I promise you, you're missing out if you're not thrifting. These are some really good places to find vintage clothes. I honestly haven't gotten as lucky as some people get finding like vintage Tommy Hilfiger, vintage Nike, anything like that, but I definitely have found some really cool pieces. I found a New York Yankees shirt. I found a flannel for $7, like I mentioned earlier, and it's probably one of my favorite flannels. It's honestly just as good as any flannel that I spent like 40 bucks on. And if you're not into like the whole vintage thing, you could also get lucky sometimes, because I've also picked up a flannel that literally still has the tag from H&M. So an H&M flannel, they costed $35. I picked it up for like $4 at a thrift store. It was brand new. It still had the tag, like I mentioned. So you definitely still can get pretty lucky at these thrift stores. Either way, it's a good way to experiment if you haven't done it already. Because me personally, I really like the whole vintage look, but even if you're not into the vintage look, that's totally fine. Like I keep saying, that you could find some really good brand new pieces. The next thing that I do is sort low to high. Now, this is for you online shoppers who really don't like to go in store. I totally understand where you're coming from, because I personally like to shop online a lot. In fact, it's kind of a bad habit that I have. I really shop online a lot. One thing that I do as well when I shop online is sort low to high. And if you're not doing this already, I promise you, you need to start doing it. Pretty much, if you don't know what it means, is when you sort low to high, you're sorting the prices from low to high. So all the lowest prices you're going to see first, and as you scroll, you're gradually going to see the price increase on whatever things that you want. Now you could do this on the t-shirt section, the shoe section, or even you could even search something up on the search bar and sort low to high as well. Now the cool thing about this, most of the time it's also going to put what's on sale first, because that's like the lower price. So that's a good way to spot out the sales, and it's a good way to make sure that you're spending the lowest price possible for a piece that you want. Because if you search a red flannel on ASOS, some more of the expensive pieces are going to come out first, but when you sort low to high, obviously like the lowest price ones are going to come out first, so that way that you know that you're getting the best deal. The next thing that I do that always comes in clutch is for you students out there, it's going to be student discounts. Now most places offer student discounts, however not all places promote their student discounts. In fact, a lot of them don't even do it themselves. So there are a bunch of apps on the App Store that you could download for free that actually give out these student discounts, such as Student Beans and Uni Days. These two are my favorite apps to check out the student discounts, and they're from pretty big name brands. I know Student Beans gives out discounts to even like Gymshark, which I've never really seen a promo code from Gymshark. So like I said, a lot of places have these student discounts, but they're hard to find. But with these two apps, you're gonna find them pretty easily to brands that you want to shop for. Like I said, you download it for free, you sign up for free. The only thing they're gonna verify is that you're really a student. Now it usually works with pretty much any type of school, because I know a lot of companies only give student discounts to like college students. So that's why I was kind of skeptical when I was in high school and I downloaded Student Beans for the first time. I downloaded it and it still worked even if I was in high school. So for you high school students, this really comes in clutch, but also it works if you're in college as well. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna work in middle school, but don't quote me on that. I would definitely try out for myself. I'm pretty sure as long as you have a student email, you're gonna be fine. But those are the 5 ways that I personally use to start saving money when it comes to online shopping, because like I keep saying, it is so unnecessary to spend a ton of money on clothes. But I hope you did enjoy today's video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, I'm gonna leave a button for you to do that right now. And here are a few videos that I think would really help you out if you haven't seen them already. But other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.